And Republican Congresswoman from Iowa, Mariannette Miller-Meeks, joins us now to discuss. Congresswoman, thanks for joining us. Will this be this model now for the Republican candidates? Will it be a model for the country to campaign on for Republicans, I guess?
Absolutely. If you look at all the crises that we have during this current administration and one-party Democrat rule, you see we have a border crisis, a crime crisis. Prices are sky high. Even though gasoline's come down a little bit, it's still $1.30 to $1.50 higher than what it was when Biden came into office. And, we're facing what we think is going to be a tough winter, and electricity and heating oil prices are sky high. So you look at all these crises that we're facing, the educational crisis, they have no plan. They have no plan to address inflation. You've heard that. You just heard it less than a week ago when President Biden said, inflation is just up an inch. So he's tone deaf to what the American people are facing. So we have the Commitment to America, which is our plan. Should we be entrusted with the majority, this is how we're going to fix the economy. We're going to give parental choice and a Parents' Rights Act for school, and work to prohibit biological males from competing in women's sports. We're going to make sure we have a nation that's secure and a future that is focused on freedoms, and importantly, a government that's accountable.
And Congresswoman, one of the top priorities outlined by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is gutting the IRS. Take a listen to this.
If you trust us, hold us accountable. We're putting it out to the entire country. This is what we'll do. But on that very first day that we're sworn in, you'll see that it all changes. Because on our very first bill, we're going to repeal 87,000 IRS agents. Our job is to work for you, not go after you.
So, Congresswoman, what does it take to repeal this IRS plan, a plan that infuriated small government, Republicans, and business owners who really are the lifeblood of this country?
Well, as you know, that was the Inflation Reduction Act, which I call it the Inflation Expansion Act. It's not going to do anything to reduce inflation, but within that bill was $80 billion for the IRS, and over half of that is to go to enforcement. So they're not going to audit the billionaires. They're coming after farmers, small business owners, LLCs, just regular average Americans who make under $75,000 a year. They're going to harass them. And, the IRS is intimidating. So our goal is, if the IRS has to update its equipment to computerize and digitize things so people get their refunds faster, we can put for money for taxpayer assistance, but not for 87,000 IRS agents that are going to go after the average ordinary American and harass them and intimidate them to not taking their legal deductions that they should.
Also this week, what looked like to be an incoherent President Joe Biden, speaking at an event for the National Education Association, attacked the Commitment to America. Listen to this.
The House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy, went to Pennsylvania and unveiled on what he calls a Commitment to America. That's a thin series of policy goals with little or no detail that he says Republicans are going to pursue if they regain control of the Congress. In the course of nearly an hour, here's a few of the things we didn't hear. We didn't hear him mention the right to choose. We didn't hear him mention Medicare. We didn't hear him mention Social Security.
Congresswoman, your thoughts on the president's comments just there?
Well, where's your plan? Where are the Democrats and President Biden's plan? As we've heard, they have no plan to fix inflation. They don't even think inflation is an issue. They're tone deaf. They never talked about inflation, as we've talked about since the first big large government spending bill they passed, the $1.9 trillion COVID package last March, which we knew was going to lead to inflation. We talked about it. We have reiterated how this massive government spending, wasteful spending, was going to lead to inflation and high prices. So it's only now that we're going into the election cycle that they even talk about inflation, but they have no plan to do anything about it. They have no plan to get us to energy independence and to re-energize our domestic oil and gas production. And, oil and gas production, natural gas is related to fertilizers. You use diesel in tractors. You also have to transport goods. So that's related to the prices at the grocery store that you're paying, which are sky high. So they have no plan to fix the economy. They have no plan to fix the schools. They have no plan to make our nation safer. They haven't even recognized that they're defund the police and letting people out without bail, letting criminals back out on the street. Well, it's only common sense. If you let people out of jail, they may commit more crime if they haven't paid their time. They're not going to do anything about the border. We now have over 2 million people this year alone, this federal fiscal year alone, that have come across our border. And the majority of those would not meet the definition of asylum. So they have no plans to make our economy stronger, to restore our constitutional freedoms that were granted, to fix healthcare, to fix schools, give parents choice. They just call us domestic terrorists and go after the average, ordinary American. So we want people to know that there's hope, that we have a plan, and we're going to enact that plan if we're trusted with majority this fall.
Well, here's how the White House is describing this plan Leader McCarthy put forward this week. Watch this.
The vision that we're seeing put forward today by Leader McCarthy is extreme. It's ultra MAGA, and it's out of touch with what Americans around the country are looking for. And it's just very, very different from the vision that the president has put forward. And we believe that a majority of Americans around the country agree with.
Do you agree with that, Congresswoman? Is this an extreme plan?
This is a plan that the majority of Americans agree with. The majority of Americans want energy independence in our country. They don't want us to import increasing oil and gas from, Russia, Venezuela, or Saudi Arabia. They want us to be energy independent as we were just 20 months ago. They want schools that work for their children and where parents have a say in the education of their children, where they're part of the educational network, not that they're domestic terrorists. They want someone to acknowledge that our cities have increasing crime. And, our plan we're going to help local governments to put in place 200,000 new police so that they can make sure that their cities are safe, to bring down the crime rate, to solve unsolved crimes such as homicides and assaults and rapes. So they have no plan. They're not going to do anything about inflation. They're not doing anything about the border. They're not doing anything about schools. They're not doing anything about crime. And then, what about our public safety and our border, our national security? We've seen what happened with the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan that cost 13 young servicemen and women their lives and led to Russia invading Ukraine. So we want a future that is based on freedom. We want a government that is accountable. We want an economy that is strong and a nation that is safe. And the majority of people agree with those things. The majority of Americans are aligned with us.
And they'll be voting on it in about 6 weeks. Congresswoman Miller-Meeks, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Mike. Have a good evening.
You too. All right, we'll take